I remember her dad ends up walking up to me saying, Bubba, I need you to do this to my daughter. Wait, what? Do what? Bubba, I just need you to do this, okay? What do you want me to do? I don't understand. Well, she's been very cranky recently, and I need you to do the Devil's Tango. What? You want me to do it with your daughter? Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another really embarrassing, but I gotta say, crazy story. Now, this story all takes place back in my high school years, and this was my grade 11 year. Now, in grade 11, I was a major player, but 100%, I was still a helpless romantic. I always felt like out there was always someone that I could maybe fall in love with and be with. But I remember during my grade 11 year specifically, there was a time where I decided to do something that was kind of really not me, I guess. And that was sign up for tennis. Now, if you guys don't know, I like to try new things once in a blue moon. Hell, I do it all the time to this day. But I decided that, I want to expand on different sports, and I decided to try out tennis because, well, it's so common throughout the world. And comment down below if you guys have played tennis before. But I decided that it would be cool to play tennis and try it out and see if it's, something I could see myself doing in the future. So I remember in school, I ended up walking up to the sign-up sheet and I ended up signing up for tennis. And right as I was signing up for it, out of nowhere, I ended up seeing one of my teachers that was the coach for tennis. And he ended up putting his hand on my shoulder saying, "Oh, Bubba, I see you're signing up for tennis. I never expected that from you. Thought you were always more of a rugby guy." Huh? Oh, I don't know. I just want to try out something new, I guess. Well, trust me, son, you're going to like this, man. My daughter will also be joining the team too. Oh, I was just signing up just to try it out, but okay, cool. I can't wait to see you and her there. I remember he ends up walking away with a smile, and in my mind, I was thinking, did I really make the right choice here for signing up for tennis? Was this really a good idea? And then out of nowhere, I remember I ended up seeing one of my rugby teammates walking up to me, and since the season was over, me and him haven't talked in a while, but he saw me signing up for tennis and said, "Yo, Bubba, wait, are you signing up for tennis, bro? Dude, why are you signing up?" Just trying something new, I guess. Bro, you do realize, the coach is gonna be, the most annoying thing ever, right? And he also favorites his daughter all the time on the team. Oh, really? Yeah, trust me, bro, you're not gonna have fun. And then he ends up walking away. Now, at this moment, obviously, if you guys were in my position, I think you guys would probably not sign up for tennis. But me, in life, I always said yes to things. Hell, that's why there's so many crazy stories on this channel. So I decided to say screw it, and I ended up signing up for tennis. And let's just say the next day when I actually went for the first practice, well, things got really, really weird. Because I remember I ended up going for practice, and I decided to just put on shorts and just a normal t-shirt. And when I got there, I started to realize that the ratio between guys and girls, well, there were a lot more girls than guys. And by a lot, I mean a lot. I think there was only 5 guys that signed up out of 10 girls. So seeing that, obviously, I went in there, I did my tryout, had fun whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie. But I started to realize that a lot of the guys that were there originally went down from 5 to basically 2. And it was just me and this other dude. And as it was just me and him in the gym, I remember he walked up to me saying, "Yo, Bubba, you do realize we're the only dudes here, right?" Huh? Yeah, I know. Are you actually planning on staying? Because if you stay, I'll stay, bro. But this is just getting way too weird for me. I don't know. I mean, I'll stay, I guess. I don't see a problem with it. Okay, well, if you're staying, I'll stay. And me and him, we ended up going through that practice together. Just me and him trying to figure it out. Obviously, a lot of the girls in the class were questioning why the hell we were there in the first place. And I'm not gonna lie, we stuck out like a sore thumb. But what I will say is that since there were so many girls in there already, the coach of the tennis team ended up basically walking up to me and him and treated us really well. If anything, he was actually giving us, I guess, favoritism, which was very not surprising since, I mean, it would be very obvious if he was only showing love to the girls since we were the only 2 guys there. I remember at the end of practice, me and this other guy that were there, we ended up just basically talking the whole time, and we just kind of stuck together since we knew we were the only 2 guys left. But then out of nowhere, I remember a girl walks up to me, and she walks up to me saying, "Hey, I have a question. Are you Bubba?" Yeah, hi. "Oh my goodness, my dad told me you were signing up today." Dude, it's crazy. I heard a lot about you. Good things, I hope." "Oh yeah, good things. I was just wondering, do you want to join the tennis group chat?" And one thing led to another. She ended up grabbing my phone and putting me in this group chat full of tennis people. And to be honest, it was literally just a group chat with a bunch of girls. Now, it wouldn't be the first time I was in a group chat with a bunch of women, but obviously I didn't say much in there because not a lot of the girls that played tennis at the time, I felt like were attractive. But it's whatever. I just got a bunch of free girls' numbers. Win-win scenario, right? Well, wrong. Because let's just say a part of the tennis team had other plans. And no, I do not mean an actual player. I mean the coach. Because I remember the next day when I went to practice, I started to realize that when I got in there, I was the only dude left. If you guys are wondering what happens to the other guy, well, no one really knows, to be honest, but apparently the girls were saying that he got kicked off the team, which really makes no sense because he was actually a better player than me, but he ended up getting kicked off the team, and it was just me and 10 other girls just around me. At this moment, I remember a lot of the girls started interacting with me and stuff, and don't get me wrong, as much as I love having all the attention of all these women, I remember the coach ends up walking up to me, and he basically decided to be my right-hand guy, meaning that he would always be there for me, watching over me, and every time a girl would walk up to me, he would always always get in the way and just interrupt the conversation. Obviously, it got really annoying, and I was actually on the verge of quitting until I remember after that practice, as I was getting ready to leave, the coach ends up walking up to me saying, "Hey, Bubba, I have a question for you, man." Yeah, what's up? Well, my daughter thinks, since you're the only guy standing in the team, we should give you a better role. And I was wondering if we could talk about that tonight at my place. You want me to come over? Yeah, I was hoping you can come over to my place. Like your house? Yeah, trust me, I have a special project for you, and I think you would be perfect. And me and my daughter talked upon it, and she won't let this go. So I'm gonna need you to come over and we can talk about it. Does that sound good to you? At this moment, I felt really off because, well, what kind of teacher invites you over to his house? Like I've been invited before to teachers' houses, but not for the reasons that I thought he was giving me. And well, let's just say what ended up happening after got really, really weird, because I remember that night when I got home, I ended up hopping on my Xbox and I was talking to the boys, playing games with them. And I was just telling them the whole thing that happened at tennis and how the teacher wants me to go over to his house. And apparently one of them ended up telling me, "Yo, Bubba, you do realize he only has a daughter, right? So wouldn't he feel uncomfortable if you were there? I don't know, maybe the daughter's gonna be out." Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's pretty late night when he's asking you to come over. My opinion, just prepare for anything. And at that moment, I ended up getting ready. I got dressed into normal clothing and I ended up going over to his house. When I finally drove over and parked in his driveway, I instantly saw his daughter come out the front door and say, "Oh my goodness, Bubba, you're here. I didn't think you were actually gonna show up." Well, I mean, your dad told me, what happened, so I thought I'd be here for it. "Oh my goodness, I didn't know you cared that much." Well, anything for the team, right? At that moment when I said the team, she looked at me really off as if, that's not really the conversation we were having, but she looked at me really awkwardly and just walked inside and said, "Hey dad, Bubba's here." "Okay, have fun, sweetie," is what he said. And at that moment, I was confused. So I ended up walking into the living room where he was sitting watching TV, and I said, "Hey coach, so I'm here. What do you want to talk about? What's this new position you're giving me?" At this moment, I remember his daughter was right behind me, and he ends up saying to his daughter, "Oh, honey, can you quickly go upstairs? I need to talk to Bubba man to man, if you know what I'm saying." "Okay, dad, don't take too long. Remember, this is my night." And she ends up going upstairs. And I looked at him so confused because he made it seem like I was there for his daughter, when in reality, I was here for a new position, until I realized what position he was putting me in. Because I remember he ended up putting his hand on my shoulder saying, "Bubba, I got a special project for you, okay? And I need you to go upstairs to my daughter and make her happy." "Make her happy? Wait, what are you talking about?" "Bubba, you gotta understand, my daughter is very fond of you. And I told her that, I would give permission for you and her to do the devil's tango. And honestly, you seem like a really good guy from the way you stand in the team with us, no matter what happened. So you can go upstairs and do her well, son." At that moment, I remember my eyes opened wide and I was so confused because basically this guy was giving me the opportunity to do the devil's tango with his own daughter. While he's in the house. How desperate can a girl be to the point where she's got to ask her daddy, that's a coach, by the way, for me to do her? I don't know. I felt really weirded out, and honestly, I felt grossed out to the point where I looked at him saying, "Wait, so you want me to go upstairs and just do the devil's tango with her? Yeah, you got a problem with that?" No, it's just I didn't expect this, to be honest with you. "What, are you not attracted to my daughter?" No, it's not that." And at that moment, I started stuttering. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. And honestly, I ended up basically kind of debating if I should find a way to sneak out of the house. And then I remember his daughter ends up coming downstairs and saying, "Bubba, are you not coming upstairs?" And she was in a robe. At that moment, I didn't want to do this. I knew that I was not going to be able to perform. And also on top of that, I felt really grossed out. So I remember I decided to basically say, "Can I quickly go to the bathroom?" "Okay, Bubba, but just don't take too long." And at that moment, I went into the bathroom. I saw that there was a window, and I did the ultimate move where I ended up basically leaving from the window, running to my car, and drove away. At that moment, I remember my phone was going off. And no, it wasn't from the girl. It was from the tennis group chat, figuring out what happened, and they all were hating on me. To the point where the next day when I got to school, I ended up getting kicked out of the tennis team. Yeah, it seems like now I realize why there were so many girls instead of guys in there. But honestly, you guys tell me, would you guys end up doing the coach's daughter? Because if you would, then follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.